Hey everyone. So last week I was going through some of the stuff that I got in Spain while I was working on my post about shopping in Madrid. And I got to thinking about one of the eyeshadow palettes that I got, going, I really need to review this. And I realized that the reason I've been avoiding reviewing it is because I don't really like it, which is no big deal or whatever, because you know, you have a certain amount of things that you get and you just don't love. The thing was, it's one that is fairly pricey in the US, and when I get more expensive makeup, I really want to love it, because who wants to admit that they made an expensive mistake, right? So, I've been playing with it, trying to work with it, see if I can make it be something that I'm really excited about using, and it just hasn't worked. So when I started thinking about that, I realized I actually have a few kind of higher end items that I don't hate, but I'm also not in love with them. And I figured I might as well make a video about them so that you don't be like me. Learn from my mistakes. So here are a few things that I think were not really worth the luxury price tag. The first one is the one that kind of sparked this whole video, the Sisley eyeshadow quad in Dream. Their quads come in two colors. There's this pink and brown one, and there's also one that's kind of a blue and gray, which looked terrible on me, so I did not buy it. I've never really been all that interested in Sisley cosmetics, because they're just so damn expensive here. Like, even by prestige brand standards, the prices in the US are really high. So when I found out that most of their stuff is about 2/3 or half the cost in Europe, I decided to go ahead and pick this up while I was in Spain. I want to say that it ran something like 60, 65 bucks there after the currency conversion. In the US it's 115, so which is a little outrageous, but I was getting a good discount, so I figured why not. Unfortunately, even for what I ended up actually paying for it, I don't think it's worth it at all, because even though the colors all swatch really nicely, that doesn't translate very well once you actually get them on a brush and try to use them. I found that it's really hard to build up the colors, especially this lightest neutral one. I cannot get that to show up on my skin to save my life. I have applied it with brushes, with my fingers, and it just doesn't like to show up, which is really disappointing, because I kind of wanted to use that as my all over lid color. Also, it creases really badly even over primer. That happens sometimes, but with this one it's very consistent. I haven't been able to get through more than about 4 hours with it, and if I had it to do over, I would not buy this. Another eyeshadow that I don't love is the Givenchy Creme eyeshadows. I got it in the color Nude Plumetis, which is like just a very basic nude. I was going to use it to even out my lid color as a base under other stuff. The problem with this is it's dry and patchy. It really shows the texture on my eyelids, and it's difficult to blend. So I'm not pleased at all with the performance of it. I haven't tried the other ones because I dislike this one so much. And I also am a little bit disappointed that the pot is plastic, just because a lot of the other similarly priced cream eyeshadows, like the ones from Chanel and Dior, come in glass pots and they feel a lot heavier and just more luxurious, and this one feels a little bit cheap and flimsy. I want to say they're like $36 or something. I would take that back if I could. As far as face products go, I have really mixed feelings about the Hourglass Vanish foundation stick. There are definitely some good points about it, and I want to like it, but I find myself not really wanting to use it all that much, and I guess that's really the measuring stick for whether some things are dud or not. If I don't want to use it, then I must not like it, right? The good points about it, I have a pretty good match in this color. I'm wearing it today, which is always a good thing. The coverage is phenomenal, so if you like a full coverage foundation, it might be one to look at. It also works really well as concealer, which is always nice because you know it is going to exactly match your foundation. I also really like the idea of stick foundations for travel, just because I have too many liquids to get them all into the little 1-quart bag or whatever you get. So it's good to have a foundation that doesn't count against that. Unfortunately, it's really a little bit difficult for me to work with, I think, because it's a thick, creamy stick formula. I have to use a denser brush to get it to blend well, which is very unkind to dry patches. It's very unkind if I have like a little bit of peach fuzz around here, like I usually do, and it just shows every little bit of flake and fuzz, and just really doesn't end up looking that great. Also settles into lines really badly, so like this one on my forehead, I have to check several times a day and kind of pat it to make sure that it's not gathering up in there, and right under my eyes too. Other than that, it wears pretty well. It can look a little bit powdery around my chin, just because that area does get dry on my face. That happens with a lot of foundations, so I can't hold it against it too much. I just feel like I'm gonna have trouble using it up because I don't want to use it that often, and I'm looking for other options for a full coverage foundation. And the last thing, I probably am gonna go straight to beauty blogger hell for not liking, because everybody loves these, but Tom Ford lipstick. I know, right? I've had a few of these. This is one of the Lips and Boys versions that are the miniature ones. I'm wearing the color Michael. I think these are $36. The full-size Tom Ford lipsticks are up to, I think, $53 these days. So they're quite a bit more expensive than most other even luxury brand lipsticks. And I have to say, I love the packaging. I think it's very elegant and minimal, and it just looks really nice. It's great in flat lays. But the actual product, I'm not a huge fan of. It's super creamy and it's moisturizing, so those are things in its favor. But on me, it gets caught in every little flake and gathers in lines on my lip. I'm not, a spring chicken, really. So, I do have a few little wrinkles around the edges there. So between emphasizing any dryness and gathering in lines, it just is really difficult to wear all day because I have to keep fixing it, which I don't mind reapplying lipstick, but I don't like to have to go back and fix it over and over. It's fine if I, scrub my lips with a washcloth first and everything, but it's another one that I just don't find myself wearing very often because I don't want to fool around with it. So that's it. Shopping was done, regrets were had. It's not that I think they're completely trash products, they just don't work well for me for various reasons, and I think there are better options out there. So let me know what you thought about these. Do you disagree with me completely? And these are your holy grails, and you need everybody to know. Leave a comment. Hit thumbs up if you like the video, if you want to see more like it, and I will see you next time. Bye.